Good morning, guys, and how you all doing? You are welcome to my YouTube channel. So my name is Noel, and you are welcome to my channel. Please kindly subscribe to this channel if this is your first time here, and do not forget to smash that like button, and of course, don't forget to share this video as well. So if you want to study in Europe, where you can pay an affordable tuition fees, and in some cases free of charge, and then if you're looking for where you can get valuable and reliable information on how you can do that, then you are just on the right channel. What I do here is to help you guys access important information that will empower you to understand the process and how to make this application by yourself. Because knowledge is power. Once you have an understanding of how something is being done, then you can obviously do it by yourself. Today, I'm going to talk about banking jobs in Luxembourg. So maybe you want to work in Luxembourg and you have a financial background. And I want to share with you the opportunities that you have as somebody in financial sector in Luxembourg, and how you can go about your application if you want to work in this sector in Luxembourg. So I'm gonna focus today mainly on banking jobs in Luxembourg, okay? So there are a lot of factors that influencing salaries in the banking sector, financial sector in Luxembourg. I'm going to talk about that as well, and some of the documentation that you might need if you want to apply for a visa as an international professional who wants to work in Luxembourg, okay? So Luxembourg is a financial center in Europe because of they have a favorable taxation, and there are a lot of companies that are located in the country Luxembourg. And Luxembourg gives applicants many opportunities to work in the financial sector, and then of course by so doing you also contribute to the economy of the country. Okay. So I'm gonna first of all start with the general overview about the financial sector in Luxembourg, okay? And then what are the things that you need to work in the sector? Now let's go to some statistics so that you understand the importance of this sector in the Luxembourg economy, okay? A very well detailed report from Luxembourg for Finance and Deloitte shows the financial sector benefits Luxembourg immensely. For example, between 2011 and 2021, the sector experienced a robust annual growth rate of 2.1%, and that's roughly about 64,592 employees by the end of 2021. That's a kind of a very high increase from 49,985 employees in 2011. Now, in 2021, for every job created in the financial sector in Luxembourg, an additional 1.1 jobs were also created across the broader economy. This ripple effect means that by the end of 2021, a total of 135,519 jobs in Luxembourg were linked to the financial institution. That's about 29.5% of all jobs in the country. So that shows you the enormous role the financial sector plays in Luxembourg economy. And if we talk about financial sector, let's look at it in a broader perspective. It's not just working in bank alone. So I'm gonna give you some examples of the domain that comprises this financial sector. The insurance and audit is also part of financial sector. Funds and banking, consultancy services, even legal services is also part of the financial sector, right? However, among all these different sectors in the financial environment, the banking sector stands out. For example, in 2021 statistics, it contributed almost a substantial 51.8% of the overall value added by the financial industry in Luxembourg. Now, what are the educational skills necessary for you to work in the banking sector? What are the educational skills, educations, qualification, and skills that you need to work in the banking sector? Okay, you need to have, if you want to work in Luxembourg is a professional country, highly skilled country, so you need to have the necessary skills and education to work in this sector. All right, so it requires you blending good education, professional skills, and some other personal attributes and personalities that will give you the needed opportunity to work in this sector. And don't forget that as a banker, for example, your job involves advising people, supervising banking transactions, and playing important roles in making sure your clients' financial portfolios are well managed. Another important thing that you might do is for you to be a financial advisor. You need to also have important client relationship skills. You can be a client relationship manager. You can be a banking advisor that will take care of different clients. And your job titles varies. It could be corporate, private, as the case may be. Now, how do you become a financial sector individual, and how do you work in this very thriving sector in Luxembourg? Now, there are steps in the world of banking, right? You have to take, for example, a foundational education in finance, which can be from bachelor's degree to advanced degree and other related educational qualification that you need to work in the financial sector. It's important that you have this basic educational qualification to work in this sector, right? And to make sure you are qualified to work in the sector. For example, if we look at a bachelor's degree, like a three-year program that focuses on the banking sector with an emphasis on the theoretical knowledge, and the pathway can also involve internship, which will give you some kind of a banking practical experience during the time you're doing your studies. And then it could be bachelor's in finance. So if you have a background of bachelor's in finance, bachelor's in charge of banking, finance, insurance clients, bachelor's in financial management and administration, of course, bachelor's in insurance, banking and finance, the so-called client manager. Some of these field academic programs and will give you the basic background for you to work in this sector. Okay, it's very important that you have the necessary intermediate qualification in terms of bachelor's degree programs. If you also have a prior diploma certificate, that will also add to some advantage to your qualification. Now, if you want to go, sorry about the noise. I'm close to the road, so if you want to look about some of the advanced qualification that may add some value to your qualification, you can have a master in legal and financial sciences, master in political science, finance option, master in wealth management. In fact, as a matter of fact, University of Luxembourg offers a very fantastic master's degree program in banking and finance, in wealth management. You can also have a master's in science in banking digitalization, very important areas now because everything is going digital. The Master of Science in Investment, Banking and Financial Engineering could also add additional advantage. Master of Science in Financial Markets and Trading. Other skills that you might need to work in this sector in Luxembourg or anywhere globally, you have to have a good communication skills because you need to maintain strong client relationship as well. This is very crucial for you to succeed in this sector. And then you need to have a good mathematics skills, very important. You need to be very comfortable with numbers and analysis of fundamental skills, right? Of course, you need to be a good negotiator, okay? Good negotiation skills. Selling financial products and services require that you have a good skill on how to market your product, interact with your potential buyers, and convince them on why you think your product is the best. So, if you want to work in the banking sector, you need to have good negotiation skills. And of course, very importantly, organizational skills. A job demands adherence to methodologies and planning, procedures, process. You must be a process person and well organized, know how to keep everything under wrap. Now, what kind of jobs are available in Luxembourg in the financial sector? Let's look at the type of job that are available in Luxembourg in the financial sector. The Luxembourg financial environment presents various professional opportunities for both newly graduated students and those who are also seasoned professionals in the sector. So whether you have just graduating from school or you're already a professional banker or someone with professional several years of experience in the financial sector, you guys all have opportunities in Luxembourg. And considering the significance of this sector in Luxembourg, job seekers can explore several employment opportunities and possibilities across various areas and domains within the banking industry in Luxembourg. So let's look at the top 10 most popular banking jobs that you might consider applying for in Luxembourg. One is client relationship manager. You could apply as a wealth manager. 2, number 3, financial operationist, KYC specialist, know your customer, KYC, know your customer, and credit and banking risk analyst, very important part of banking job. Economic Studies Officer, Fund Managers, and UCITS, right? And that is undertakings in transferable securities. And then there's also back office agents, bank accountants, branch manager, and regional manager, and several of them. And you can explore all these possibilities either as a newly graduated student in the banking industry and banking sector or as a seasoned professionals. Where can you find job in the banking sector in Luxembourg? I'm going to give you some outlines of some of the companies that are recruiting in the banking sector in Luxembourg. So I'm going to just run them down through. And don't forget that some of these companies might require people that might speak French in some of the roles. However, the banking sector in Luxembourg also have a lot of international companies, a lot of foreign professionals who may not necessarily speak French. So check the specification for any of the jobs you want to apply for. And if you're also from French-speaking country and there are jobs that requires you to speak French, of course, that is also your advantage. A couple of African countries also speak French. So if you're from Cameroon, of course, that might be an advantage for you if the job requires French speakers. But I do know there are a lot of financial opportunities in Luxembourg that also apply people that necessarily do not speak French. So you can also try that as well. Just make sure you look at the job specification and know what it requires before you start applying for it. Okay? If it requires French, then you have to have that French qualification proficiency to apply for it. Some of the Luxembourg companies that recruit in the banking sector includes BIL. This is Banque Internationale et Luxembourg. This is BIL stands as one of the Grand Duchy's largest bank in Luxembourg. They offer retail, private, corporate, and institutional banking services. You have to look at the jobs. Just go to the banking jobs at BIL, and you can look at several opportunities, the vacancies there. Again, pay attention to the language requirements. Some of them might require French speakers to apply for such jobs. Some of them might not require language for French. So it depends. So you check that out as well. There's also Banque de Luxembourg. Also Banque de Luxembourg is also a financial sector. So check banking jobs at BDL. There's also ING Luxembourg. And you can also check job opportunities there. There's also Spokis. The Spokis, so banking jobs in Luxembourg, you can check that as well. There's also Bank Raiffeisen, Banque Raiffeisen. You can check jobs in that as well. There's also the Degroof Petercam Luxembourg. Degroof Petercam Luxembourg. This is part of the largest private banking group in Belgium. And so you can check that as well. They have good presence also in Luxembourg. There's also Northern Trust. Okay, they have a headquarters in Chicago. It's a prominent American financial service company. So I think this type of company might not necessarily require you to speak French. Okay, so Northern Trust. Northern Trust has the headquarters in Chicago. It's a very prominent, well-known American financial services company that caters to corporations, institutional investors, and ultra-high net worth individuals. They're operating in Luxembourg. So, operating in Luxembourg, it is one of the oldest banks in the country, consistently recruiting professionals. So, I guess this type of company, Northern Trust, that is American-based company, might need a lot of workers that speaks English, because American company, obviously. So try that. Northern Trust is an American financial company that caters for corporations, institutions, and ultra high net worth individuals. So they are constantly recruiting in Luxembourg. There's also UBS Europe. This is a Swiss financial entity that is based in Zurich. Is known as one of the largest asset managers globally. You guys may have heard of UBS. It's part of the group of 29 banks classified by the Financial Stability Board as systematically important financial institutions, right? And UBS actively recruits professionals in Luxembourg. So search work in UBS, work in UBS. And for Northern Trust, the American-based company, search career in Northern Trust Bank. Just type career in Northern Trust Bank, all right? There's also Nomura Bank Luxembourg, Credit Suisse, and then you can try this financial jobs in Luxembourg. Now, let me give you some of the portals offering vacancies in Luxembourg. So some of the job application portals that you can exploit if you want to apply for banking jobs in Luxembourg. One of that is International Job Search. There's also job platforms. International Job Search, for example, EURES, eures.europe.eu. There's also eurojobs.com, eurojobsites.com, Expateer, experteer.com, indeed.com, page.com, and linkedin.com. These are international job search engines that tend to advertise financial jobs as well. You can also look at job platforms for Luxembourg, which includes jobfinder.lu, jobs.lu, monster.lu, and moviejob, MOOVI job.com. Each of these portals offers a unique opportunities, allowing you to tailor your job search to your preferences and career goals. Let's look at what else am I going to discuss with you. Salaries of professionals in the banking sector for 2024. I'm just going to give you a breakdown of some of the salaries for different roles in the banking sector in Luxembourg. So average wages for banking jobs in Luxembourg are based on minimum and maximum. So for account manager, minimum salary is 3,090 euros, maximum 7,070 euros for 2024. Anti-money laundering specialist, minimum 2,820 euros, maximum 7,458 euros per month. That's a lot of money. Bank office specialist, 2,814 minimum and 6,635 maximum. Financial analyst, 3,471 minimum and 8,402 maximum. Loan specialist, 6,956 minimum, 6,956 also maximum. Private banker, 3,263 minimum and 8,392 maximum. Risk specialist, 3,387 minimum salary and the maximum 8,583. Okay? So the salary range for professionals in the Luxembourg banking sector typically spans from 4,384 euros average minimum wage to about 9,794 euros average highest median salary. However, given that the sector's numerous branches and specialization, the figure provides just kind of general overview about that. What papers do you need as a foreigner to land a banking job? What papers do you need as a foreigner to land a banking job? For European nationals, the process of working in Luxembourg is pretty much more straightforward because of freedom to live and work within the European Union. However, if you are not an European Union national or citizens, it's important that you understand the papers that you need for you to land a banking job in Luxembourg. And the requirement for this, the requirement that you need to meet depends on different circumstances between the employed and self-employed roles, okay? And also your familiarity with the Luxembourg European partner can also impact the process of you getting a job to work in Luxembourg. Now, common documents and prerequisites may include 2 fully completed Schengen visa application forms, 2 recent identical passport photos, a copy of your passport, proof of accommodation, an employment contract, payment of application visa fees. All right? These are just the basic things that you might have to consider. Okay? So you need to, first of all, get a job in Luxembourg and then sign a contract. Okay? Because remember, and make sure that you apply for jobs that are really in high demand. Okay? I have made a video about jobs that are in severe shortage in Luxembourg. So find those financial jobs that are part of that list of highly demand, jobs that are in high demand. Because remember that an employer has to first of all advertise a vacancy with the ADM. And then if there's nobody to fill in the role within the European Union, then the employer cannot recruit somebody outside the European Union. So if you're applying for jobs that are high shortages in Luxembourg in the financial sector, then you have more chances of getting employed than jobs that are not in high demand in Luxembourg. But as a general rule, some of the documents you might need if you want to apply for a visa to work in Luxembourg might include application form for Schengen visa application and 2 recent identical passport photos, copy of your passport, proof of accommodation, and the employment contract, and of course, payment of application fees. But don't forget that you have to study the process and then follow the process carefully, right? And then I'm try to look at more about the process of obtaining work visa to work in Luxembourg. So you need to read more about how to obtain work visa to work in Luxembourg. So I'm gonna make another video, hopefully, about work permit in Luxembourg, so that you know how to obtain your work visa to work in Luxembourg. What I just did in this video is to give you general overview about the vast opportunities for you to work in the financial sector in Luxembourg, and for you to also look at different types of jobs that you can apply for in the financial sector in Luxembourg. Okay, so that's what I just did now. So hopefully I'm gonna make more videos about how you can obtain your work permit in Luxembourg. So I hope this will help you guys to plan for your career in Luxembourg, one of the European Union of global financial hub, favorable taxation, a lot of opportunities to work in the financial sector in Luxembourg. So guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video as well, and then turn on the notification button so that whenever I post a video, you'll be the first to know about it. And please, you can contact me via my Instagram, inspired_Noel, and of course through my Twitter, Destiny Realize. Don't forget, you have the power to bend reality and create your own future. I am the Human Investor. Thank you, and have a lovely, wonderful day ahead.